G'day everyone, sorry it's been so long since I did a video, but here's another one and I'll get straight into it. So what we want to do is continue with this registration form, which is taking a while, I know, but what I'll try and do in this video is add in an email validation. So we need a mechanism to confirm that the person that just registered gave a valid email address. Therefore, we know that they're, that they're a serious user. Well, as much as we can anyway. So what we need to do when they successfully complete the registration form, when we add them to the database using this register user model, we want to also pass in a random string. And what we will do with that random string is create an email that we send to them, and in the email will be a link which in one of the segments of the URL that we'll pass as that link will be that random number. That random number will also be in the database, so when they click on it, it'll look in the database to confirm that random string exists, and it'll basically activate the user. So that's the plan, and hopefully we can do that all in the next 8 or so minutes. So first things first, this down here is a function that I don't know where I found it, but I've been using it for a while for creating random strings. I found it on the internet somewhere, so I'm sure if you googled any bit of this code you could attribute the creation of it to someone, which I probably should have done, but anyway, it's pretty obvious what it does anyway, and it's not rocket science, so I don't think there's a problem with me using it. So basically it just creates a string made up of any of these characters, and I've just modified it slightly so I can pass in the length. So let's go ahead and do this. So as they successfully completed the form, we're going to create a random string to pass through as well. So we'll call it the activation code, and it'll be sorry, it's been a while since I coded. This random string, and we'll make it say 10 should do it, right? Alright, and we'll pass that through as well in our model function, and we'll go and edit this function, register user, and we'll pass in we also want to populate activation code, and put in activation code, and okay, right. So now it's going to insert this activation code that we pass through into that field, activation code, when it does the insert. So let's go to our database and modify our table, and we'll add in a column called activation code, which will make varchar, and it's 10, and that will be, well, that can be null. Oh, probably, no, that's fine. And so also we'll put in activated, which will be a tiny int, so boolean in other words, and by default we'll make that a no, not activated. Okay, so that's our alterations to that. Okay, so if I just have a quick look at what we got here. So this guy's got no activation code, so the next user we create, we'll put that activation code in there. You'll see that as it happens. Right, so now we would also want to send the email confirmation. So let's load the email library, because we'll just use that for the sake of for this anyway. So it's email. You can auto load this if you use email a lot, or and you probably create a function. I normally do a function anyway that does my emailing, where all the from email address and all that sort of stuff is pre-populated, so you don't have to repeat this process every time you want to send an email. But for the purposes of this tutorial, we'll just quickly do it in here. So this load library email, probably that'll do for now. Like, we're just going to, you can have a look at the options for this library yourself, but we'll just set some parameters. So the from address will be, say, al@alboydweb.com.au, and I want that to show up as al. Something like that'll do. And the to address will be the email address that they submitted. What else? Subject. This email subject, registration information or confirmation. That'd be better. Okay. And this email subject. Nope, we've done that. Message. And we'll go with. I'm just going to do it here. Please click this link to confirm your registration. Okay. And that'll just be. See if we can also put it in. URI will be. I've forgotten my whole structure here. So what is it? I'll just do a local host /tutorial register confirm, and it's going to have the code as well. So activation code. Whoops. Activation code. And sorry, just have to see how much time I got left. 2 minutes. Activation code, and we'll call the link. I'm totally lost. Where the hell am I? Right. Look, I don't know. How's that going to work? We'll test it out in a second. In fact, in the next tutorial. But so that will send the message. And so let's just test this up to this point. So we won't send it, which will be the next step here, which will be this email send. Okay, so we'll just comment that out for now. I might just output that. Okay, so we'll echo that out, and we'll also check that the activation code went in. So let's have a look at this. So username, testy, test user, email address we'll do al@alboydweb.com.au. Password 01. Password 01. Let's register. Not now. Okay, please click this link to confirm your registration. So that link is, you can see it, you probably can't see it, so I'll click it, and that's what it's going to be. Okay, so that there will be our URL, and in the next tutorial we'll take it on, and in this function we will check this is in the database, and if so we will activate that user associated with that. So let's check that this number is in our database. Come in here and hit F9. Oh, no, not F9 because I'll kill the recording. Play, there it is there, that's the registration. So we're going to come in, they're going to go to that URL. The function is going to look this URI, part of this URI segment, which is the first part of the URI segment will be the activation code. It's going to look it up in the database, can find it, and if so, it'll activate the person that it finds, and they're activated. So that's basically the way, and you guys could probably do that yourself, but we'll cover that off in the next tutorial. Thanks for watching. See ya.